Illustrator, there are a number of methods and tools for being creative with text. In this video, you'll see how to add text to a path. You can add text along the edge of a path, the inside or outside of a shape. To follow along, you can open this file from the practice files for this tutorial. To start, you'll add some text around this yellow circle. To do that, select the Type tool in the Tools panel on the left and move the pointer over the top edge of this yellow circle. Now the pointer will show a circle next to it. If you see that, it means that if you click, any text you type will go inside of the circle, and that's not what you want. Press Option on Mac or Alt on Windows, and with the pointer over the edge of the circle, click. The yellow fill of the shape disappears because this is now a text object. Type Bobby's Campfire in capital letters. To select the text, click and drag across it so you can apply some text formatting to it. In the Properties panel to the right of the document, select the text size and type 20. Press Enter or Return to make the text larger. After changing the font size, click the Font Family menu and choose another font. I chose Arial Black. Now you'll rotate the text so it looks a little more centered on the top of the circle. You need to use the Selection tool to do this. So select the Selection tool, move the pointer just off a corner of the box around the circle, and when you see rotate arrows, drag until the text looks centered on the logo. Then click in a blank area to deselect the text. There really are a lot of ways to be creative with text, including adding text on a path. Now that you know how to add text on a path, you can make a creative poster headline or add text on a path as a design element in any project you create. In Adobe Illustrator, you can get really creative with your type, including editing individual letters to create unique stylized text. Next, you'll learn how to convert text to outlines so that you can reshape it with the Direct Selection tool. You can open this file from the practice files for this tutorial if you want to follow along. With the practice file open, you'll most likely see the Missing Fonts dialog box, since an Adobe font was used in the artwork. Access to the Adobe Font Library is included with your Adobe Creative Cloud membership. Now to fix the missing fonts, click Activate Fonts to sync the Adobe font to your computer. After the font is synced, you can click Close. Now if for some reason you can't sync the font, you can click Close, select the text, and choose another font in the Properties panel. The final text is at the bottom of the artboard. You'll work with the text at the top of the artboard to make it look like the final text. With the Selection tool selected, drag across all of the text at the top of the artboard to select it. This is text, which means you can change the font, font size, and other text formatting options. Now to edit the text as if it were drawn shapes, you need to convert the text to vector paths. To do that, choose Type, Create Outlines. The text is now composed of shapes that you can edit. Click away from the content and then click to select the Uno group of text shapes. To edit the O in those shapes, like you see in the final artwork down here, you'll zoom into it. So choose View, Zoom In. Next, you'll use the Direct Selection tool to select anchor points in the letter shapes and then modify the letters. First, make sure Smart Guides are turned on by choosing View, Smart Guides. There should be a check mark next to Smart Guides. Smart Guides will help to easily align the letters with each other as you modify them. Now, select the Direct Selection tool in the Tools panel and drag across the entire top half of the O. Move the pointer over one of the anchor points you see, and you can tell which are selected because they're solid blue in color, and drag up to align it to the top of the R. A magenta Smart Guide will appear on the top edge when it's aligned. Now you'll make some edits to the Numer text here. To select the text, select the Selection tool, and click the text to edit it. After outlining text, it becomes a group of shapes. To move the letters independently, not as a group, you'll ungroup them. So click the Ungroup button toward the bottom of the Properties panel on the right. To deselect the letters, click in a blank area. Now you can edit the letters independently since they're no longer part of a group. Click to select the U and drag it straight down. Magenta Smart Guides will appear when it's aligned with its original position and with the U in Uno. Then, drag the N over to the right above the U. Once again, the Smart Guides will tell you when it's aligned. Now you'll edit the letter M by stretching the bottom of the letter down. Select the Direct Selection tool and drag across the bottom part of the M to select the anchor points down there. Move the pointer over one of the selected anchor points and drag down, aligning it with the bottom of the U. If you find yourself moving the entire letter M, you can choose Edit, Undo Move, reselect the anchor points, and make sure you're dragging by an anchor point. To see the final artwork, choose Select, Deselect. There are a lot of ways to be creative with text in Illustrator, including reshaping letter forms. Now that you know how to create outlines from text and reshape it, you can create some really creative text for a logo or any other design element you can think of.